The name Martell Holt carries a certain weight. It sparks emotions, charm, ambition, pride, and a fire that can burn bright or destroy everything in its path. He's the man people love to watch, but also love to judge. The star of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Martell has always brought both magnetism and chaos to the screen. But this time, things felt different. What unfolded wasn't just another scene crafted for entertainment. It wasn't playful bickering or a planned confrontation. It was real, raw, and deeply personal. The moment it happened, it stunned everyone. Martell's voice cut through the air with intensity. "That's a slap in my face, Nell." The words landed heavy, filled with years of frustration and pain. Nell, usually the calm presence in the group, stood frozen. Around them, the room fell silent. Even the cameras seemed to hesitate, capturing every flicker of emotion: Martell's trembling anger, Nell's disbelief, and the awkward tension that swallowed the rest of the cast. The clips spread across social media within hours. Fans paused, replayed, and analyzed every second. Some watched Martell's expression frame by frame, searching for clues. Others focused on Nell's quiet reaction, wondering what had led to such a fierce outburst. What had she done to provoke him? Was it betrayal, carelessness, or simply the final straw after years of Martell battling his own inner struggles? To understand that explosion, you have to understand the man behind it. Martell Holt isn't new to controversy. His life has played out publicly. His divorce for Melody, the scandals that followed, and his constant attempts to rebuild both his reputation and his peace of mind. For years, he has been walking a thin line between redemption and relapse, always aware that one wrong move could send him tumbling back into the pit of public judgment. He's not just a man trying to move on, he's a man trying to rewrite his story while the world keeps rereading the old chapters. Every disagreement, every rumor, every misstep feels amplified because of who he used to be in the public eye. That kind of pressure can twist emotions, and when it comes to loyalty, Martell is especially sensitive. Insiders whispered that tensions between Martell and Nell had been building for weeks before the cameras caught the explosion. Beneath the smiles and polite conversations, a quiet storm was brewing. Martell, who values loyalty above almost anything, felt betrayed by something Nell did during what was supposed to be a friendly group outing. To outsiders, the situation seemed small, maybe even petty, but to Martell, it hit a deep nerve. It wasn't about what Nell did, it was where and how she did it. In his eyes, she had sided with people who had hurt him before, and that cut deeper than she realized. For a man already scarred by public humiliation and distrust, any hint of disloyalty feels like reopening an old wound. Martell's anger wasn't just about that one moment. It was about years of carrying pain, guilt, and fear that he'd never truly be understood or forgiven. He's been accused of being controlling, manipulative, and dishonest, and every new incident seems to confirm that narrative. So when Nell's actions seemed to mirror those same betrayals, it felt like confirmation of his worst fears, that no matter how hard he tried, people would never see him as anything but the villain. When the confrontation aired, fans were divided. Some defended Martell, saying his frustration was justified. They saw a man tired of being burned by those he trusted, finally reaching his breaking point. Others criticized him, arguing that he overreacted, projecting his insecurities onto Nell, who had only tried to maintain peace in a tense environment. But no matter which side people took, everyone agreed on one thing: something fundamental had shifted. Martell and Nell's dynamic, always a careful balance of mutual respect and quiet tension, had cracked wide open. Martell's close friends describe him as loyal to a fault. When he gives his trust, he expects the same in return. When he feels that trust has been broken, his reaction can be explosive. He doesn't hide behind silence or fake smiles, he confronts things directly, even if it means doing so in front of cameras and millions of viewers. And that tendency to face conflict head-on, publicly, often turns private pain into public drama. But deep down, this moment wasn't about showmanship. It was about something much more personal. Martell wasn't performing, he was hurting. As the cameras rolled, Martell's words came out sharp, but also shaky. "You don't understand what that did to me," he said, his voice trembling between fury and heartbreak. "After everything I've been through, after everything I'm trying to rebuild, you went and did that." It wasn't just anger, it was betrayal, it was disappointment. He felt as if someone he trusted had taken a piece of his progress and thrown it back in his face. For Martell, Nell's actions didn't just hurt his feelings, they threatened the fragile progress he had made toward rebuilding his image. Martell has spent years trying to show people he's changed. Every choice he makes feels like a test. So when someone close to him does something that paints him in a negative light, it shakes the ground beneath him. It confirms the fear that no matter how much he grows, people will always see the worst version of him. Nell tried to apologize. Her voice was calm, sincere, but it wasn't enough. Martell wasn't listening for words. He was reacting to emotions. "It's not about what you meant," he said. "It's about how it looks. You don't get how that makes me look. That's not just embarrassing, it's betrayal." The room grew heavy with silence. Other cast members shifted uncomfortably, unsure whether to intervene or stay out of it. Everyone could feel that this wasn't a simple argument. It was years of resentment and pain bursting open. After the confrontation, Martell withdrew. The confident, outspoken man fans were used to seeing went quiet. His friends noticed a change, a certain stillness in him. He wasn't sulking, he was reflecting. Behind the scenes, whispers spread that Martell had been deeply shaken by the argument. For once, it wasn't just about his public image, it was about how isolated he felt. Surrounded by cameras, he often feels like he has to perform, but off-camera, he's still searching for someone who truly understands him. In private moments that leaked online, Martell spoke openly about his struggles. He talked about the weight of trying to rebuild his life, not for fame, not for the show, but for his children. Every day felt like a battle to prove he could be better than his past. When Nell, someone he trusted, made him feel exposed again, it reopened that old belief that no matter what he does, he'll always be misunderstood. "It's not just what she did," he reportedly told a friend, "it's what it reminded me of. I'm trying to move forward, and things like that pull me back." To many fans, that confession revealed a side of Martell they rarely get to see. A man who's not angry for the sake of drama, but hurting from years of being misunderstood. Beneath the tough exterior is someone who feels deeply, maybe too deeply, about loyalty, respect, and control. His temper comes not just from pride, but from fear of losing the little bit of trust and dignity he's worked so hard to rebuild. When clips of the fight went viral, the internet exploded. Memes, debates, and think pieces flooded every platform. The phrase, "that's a slap in my face," became a trending line used in jokes, reactions, and analysis videos. Everyone had an opinion. Some defended him passionately, saying he had every right to feel betrayed. They saw a man demanding respect after years of ridicule. Others criticized his temper, calling it another example of his inability to handle emotions. Social media turned the private pain of two people into a public battlefield. Even reality TV experts and influencers joined in, dissecting every detail, trying to read Martell's tone and Nell's body language. Some claimed she provoked him. Others said she was the victim of his volatility. Meanwhile, producers behind the scenes scrambled to contain the chaos. Meetings were held and cast members were urged to keep things civil before the next shoot. But the truth was, the situation had already changed everything. Ironically, the explosion brought more attention to the show than ever before. Ratings skyrocketed, and Love and Marriage Huntsville became the topic of every gossip page. But fame always comes with a cost. For Martell, it meant living through his most painful moment in front of millions of strangers. In the weeks that followed, Martell began to change. Slowly, quietly, he started to reflect on his behavior. He recognized that his temper often worked against him, creating problems instead of solving them. Still, he refused to dismiss his emotions. He knew that his feelings were real, even if his reactions needed control. He began practicing restraint. During group discussions, he listened more, spoke less. He started trying to handle conflict privately instead of turning it into a spectacle. It wasn't easy, especially for someone so used to defending himself, but it was a start. The memory of that fight became a lesson he couldn't forget. Every time he felt anger rising, he remembered how that one moment changed everything: his friendships, his image, and perhaps even the way he saw himself. Martell's story is more than a reality show plot. It's a reflection of what happens when a person tries to rebuild themselves under the constant gaze of the public. Every move he makes is judged, every emotion replayed. It's exhausting, and yet he keeps showing up, trying to prove, if not to the world, then at least to himself, that he's more than his mistakes. Beneath his pride and temper lies a man craving understanding, a man who wants to protect his reputation not just for vanity, but because it's tied to how his children will see him. He's tired of being labeled, tired of being misunderstood. But change doesn't come easily, especially when the past keeps echoing back through every headline and every viral clip. As time passes, the wounds from that confrontation may fade, but they'll leave marks, reminders of the thin line between pride and pain, between anger and heartbreak. And maybe, just maybe, Martell Holt will learn that redemption isn't about proving others wrong, it's about finding peace within himself.